Before we ask the Majority Leader and Senator Marcoleta their pleasure, may I request from the members, I told the Minority Leader, the former Senate President, that this is an emotional issue, not only for us, but for the whole country, given this is the Senate of the Philippines. And it's a sensitive issue because there are words that have been used. That's why I have tried to be deliberate. Wait not only for a partial investigation, but independent. Wait for every investigation to come in. Now, many members of the majority who were here want to speak on that measure. Having said that, number one, we have athletes here, and I don't want to keep them here the whole day. Number two, I was about to report this, that as Senate President, I respectfully informed the body that earlier today, 20 May 2026, the summons in relation to the articles of impeachment filed against VP Sara Duterte was duly served upon Respondent Vice President Sara Z. Duterte. A copy of the summons was likewise furnished to the prosecution panel on the same date. Under the applicable rules, Respondent is given 10 calendar days from service of summons within which to file her answer, and counting 10 calendar days from 20 May 2026. The last day would ordinarily fall on Saturday, 30 May 26. However, since the last day falls on the Saturday, the period shall not run until the next working day. Accordingly, the deadline for respondent to file her answer is on Monday, 01 June 2026. Furthermore, upon the prosecution panel's receipt of the respondent's answer, the prosecution shall have 5 calendar days from receipt within which to reply if they opt to do so. The deadline for the reply shall be computed from the day the prosecution actually receives the answer. I say this because we have to discuss the impeachment calendar, and the staff is ready to brief us. And if we can give this priority, because we have to discuss it vis-a-vis the legislative calendar, vis-a-vis the committee hearings and the session. So if we are going to all stand today, like Senator Tulfo and Senator Risa, we won't finish by midnight tonight, because at least 3 or 4 senators from 8 senators from the majority wants to speak on the matter. There might be, if not those who want to speak in the minority, those who want to ask questions or interpolate. So may I ask, as your Senate President, na magbigayan tayo today, and if you want to put a lot of time on that on Monday, we can fully discuss. I've received some requests for CCTV footage. We gave it right away to PNP. We will give it to you if you request it. We're also requesting CCTV footages from anyone who took it, including from the media, so that we can discuss it very intelligently with, I think, 24 senators committing that this is an important issue and we will give it the much needed attention. But let's do it with prudence, deliberately. We're dealing with our democracy here. No? We're dealing with law enforcement agencies, AFP, PNP, NBI, with branches of government, the executive and the legislative. So I know we all want to speak on it today, but may we include in the caucus what committee to give this to. I think the Senate President will, before we go on suspension, wants to put on record his recommendation. But if I may ask him, that the actual decision, given that there are other people with other ideas, we discuss it. I don't think it's a matter that you and I should discuss, but all of us. So let me ask first, Senator Marcoleta, may I ask you if we can make a statement rather than interpolate today? Senator Risa, kung may mga gustong mag-interpolate, pwedeng sa Monday. Yeah. Senator Risa answered in the affirmative.
Yes, Mr. President, considering that I was approached by your good self just moments ago and explained the matter that there is an apparent consensus that this subject matter, also subject of Senator Risa's speech on question of privilege. I yield to the better judgment of the President of the Senate, and I will hold my questions until Monday. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Marcoleta. Thank you, Senator Risa Ontiveros. Minority Leader, may I just give, you're my kuya, but she's my ate. Yeah. Senator Pia.
Mr. President, I also will not interpolate or make my own privileged speech today as requested by the Senate President. I reserve my right to make the proper interventions at the time that the Senate President and our other colleagues agree upon. But I just want to make this quick statement. Parang walang nangyari. Yan po ang statement ng ating butihing Senadora Risa Hontiveros. Siguro po para sa inyong mga wala dito. Pero para sa amin na nandito, napakaraming nangyari. Takot na takot po ako na kailangan ko na magpaalam sa mga anak ko. At yung staff ko, 2 pintuan ang pagitan ko sa putukan. Yung staff ko na si Claire, na 20 years na sa akin, nandun siya sa labas. She has a 12-year-old son. Kinuwento niya sa akin lately na tumatakbo siya, hindi niya alam kung saan siya pupunta. Kaya para sabihin niyo na walang nangyari. Napakasakit para sa aming lahat na nandito. And as I said, 2 pintuan ang nagpo-protect sa akin sa putukan. Pero yung media, yung Senate staff, yung hindi naman makauwi dahil sila ang security, sila ang elevator women and boys natin, nandoon po sila. So dear colleagues, napakarami nang nangyari. And one more thing, wala ho akong sinisisi. Pero nung pagkatapos ng lahat, pagtingin ko ng group natin, yung dating majority group, walang ni isa sa inyong nangamusta sa amin. Some of you I've known for 20 years, 10 years, and I didn't even hear any of you say, kamusta na kayo dyan? Napakasakit man sa akin. Sobrang sakit. So yun lang ang masasabi ko. Yes, I am very ready to share my story, to ask questions. Pero kung wala ho kayo dito, huwag niyong questionin yung mga nangyari sa mga nandito. Dahil nandito kami, kasama ng staff. Staff namin, Senate staff. You have your own story. I respect that. But please respect my own story. Thank you, Mr. President.
Minority Leader.
Mr. President, yes, of course, we sympathize with the manifestation made by Senator Pia Cayetano. But my position is merely to give a suggestion for your consideration and for the consideration of our colleagues. I think this particular issue, once culminated, should be referred to the Committee of the Whole. The reason being, it is an extraordinary remedy necessary because of the issues of Senate institutional security. The chamber itself is affected. The institution is threatened. There are multiple Senate committees that are going to be involved: public order, justice, rules, ethics, even finance, because of the procurement of the weapons allegedly that were used. So the Senate has a direct institutional stake, every senator. So this is not just a majority or minority. So therefore, may I give a suggestion that you consider the possibility of all these manifestations be referred to the Committee of the Whole. And in the past, the Committee of the Whole, when we investigated formally, we investigated PhilHealth, it was the Senate President that chaired the Committee of the Whole, unless he appoints a
This
co-chairman.
representation always takes, you know this, Your Honor, always takes your suggestions seriously. So
Thank you.
you're suggesting we use Rule 14 and Section 14 of the rules and create a special committee, the Committee of the Whole. Is that correct? Yes.
Mr. President, if I may, Mr. President.
And before that, since we're going to go into caucus to speak about the calendar, may I ask the Minority Leader if it's acceptable that we discuss it there? Later in the caucus, just so that we don't have to discuss everything on the floor and we get the other business that we have to do today done with. No?
Can I, Mr. President?
Yes.
Mr.
Majority
President,
Leader.
I'm sorry, Mr. President, but just to put on record, there are a lot of senators who wanted to speak and reserve their
On
right
this issue.
on this particular
Put it
issue.
on
We
record
have-
so that we
yes,
can
we have
amend it.
Senator Mark Villar, Senator Camille Villar, Senator Jingo Estrada, Senator Robin Hood Padilla, Senator Bongo, Senator Lauren Legarda, Senator Win Gatchalian, and even this representation, Mr. President. So, if I may, Mr. President, and with the indulgence of our colleagues, I think we already made that decision that on Monday, come Monday, we can talk about this, Mr. President, and of course, entertain the idea being raised by our minority leader. So with that, Mr. President, may I just move that we proceed with the reference of business so that the resolutions
I just have to recognize Senator Ontiveros with that pakiusap of everyone.
we
that
yield, Mr. President.
Yes.
We yield to the distinguished lady, Mr. President.
Maraming salamat, Mr. President. I empathize with the experiences and the feelings expressed by the gentlewoman from Taguig and Pateros. May I just repeat what I clearly stated at the context of na parang walang nangyari. I'm talking about ngayon, after those terrible events that caused fear and a lot of other negative emotions and experiences sa ating mga colleagues, sa ating mga Senate staff, sa security unit dito at sa Senate media. Yun po yung punto ko. And it is akin to one of the points raised by Senator Erwin earlier, before my privileged speech.
But let
So
me
just
assure
to
you
correct
that's not
that,
the
Mr.
case.
President.
In fact, I have to
Yes.
deal with the security of the Senate every day. I'm just not telling you everything that we have to deal with now to make sure that there's no bombs in the in the area, just like every day except this time, and also making sure that there's no miscommunication between the executive, legislative, judiciary, and the international community. That's precisely why we are waiting for the complete investigation, because there are matters that when are discussed in public will cause more alarm and confusion rather than clarity. But that doesn't mean na parang walang nangyari lang. I think that's the point where there will be strong answers, Senator Risa. But of course, you have your point of view, and we respect that.
Thank you, Mr. President. And lastly, just for the record, as I said earlier, I deeply respect the emotions of our distinguished colleague. It's evident that the violence that breached our halls has profoundly affected all of us. And I don't doubt, Mr. President, the leadership's personal distress over what transpired. However, when I stated that it feels now as though walang nangyari, I was not speaking about our personal feelings. I was speaking about our institutional posture.
Thank you for that.
Our grief as senators is valid, but our mandate requires action. Salamat po ng marami, Mr. President.
Thank you for that statement. And personally, I've stated this again and again. And I don't doubt the sincerity of President Marcos when he called to check if we are safe and to assure us that it wasn't an attack from the executive department. I don't doubt that. That's why we're waiting for the whole investigation. Thank you. Majority Leader, let's
Yes,
proceed.
Mr. President, just to put on record, it's really way, way different when you are here inside this Senate premise, especially during the time when we were inside that one room, Mr. President. I would still recall the gunshots, the smelling of gunpowder, Mr. President, and everything that we had experienced. So it's really different, Mr. President. Just want to put that on record. With that, Mr. President, may I move now to that we proceed with the reference of business.
Yes. Please proceed.
Message of the President of the Philippines. Letter of His Excellency President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., dated May 5, 2026, resubmitting for the Senate's consideration and concurrence the agreement between the Manila Economic and Cultural Office in Taiwan and Taipei Economic and Cultural Office in the Philippines for the avoidance of double taxation and the prevention of fiscal evasion with respect to taxes on income, which was signed on April 24, 2025 in Manila.
Referred to the Committee on Foreign Relations.
Bills on first reading. Senate Bill number 2128, an act upgrading the salary grade of dentists employed in the public sector, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes, by Senator Hontiveros.
Referred to the Committees on Civil Service, Government Reorganization and Professional Regulation, Health, Demography, and Finance.
2129, an act strengthening further the powers and functions of the Philippine Economic Zone Authority, amending for the purpose RA number 7916, otherwise known as the Special Economic Zone Act of 1995, as amended by RA number 8748 by Senator Tulfo R.
Referred to the Committee on Economic Affairs and Ways and Means Committee.
2130, an act establishing a comprehensive framework for the development